How you doing, everybody? I hope you're all doing great. Stock Option Sniper here. First and foremost, I just want to start this video by thanking you guys for supporting my channel. Those where you were subscribed, commenting, and sending me private messages telling me that, hey, I watched your videos and everything worked out. I appreciate you guys so much for support. But today I want to go over a very important topic, and that is structure, right? This is very important because now we're going to understand where the market is going, and you can use this as a price target for your entry and for your exit. So let's get started. Let's get right to it. So we have here BA, right? You delete everything for us. Guys, the beautiful part about this is this works in any time frame. You can be in the 30-second time frame and this will work, right? So I want you guys to go to your daily time frame, right? And in your daily time frame, what I want you guys to do is first understand your higher high, right? Higher high, higher lows, right? Higher highs. Understand where you currently are. Oops, it's not gonna be perfect, right? Higher highs, higher lows. You're understanding just where you are, right? Higher highs. Once you have your higher highs and higher lows, you know that the market is bullish, right? And as you can see, that is right here, right? Your polyline. Oops, hang on, guys. Right here, right? Highs, higher lows, right? You can see that the market is going up, right? It's creating new highs. You can see here, right there, right? So you guys can see that. Why is that very important? Because that's what we're going to use as our entry and our exit, right? So let's say, for example, we have here higher highs and lower lows, right? Let me create that example for you guys real quick, right here, right? Higher highs, higher lows. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, right? This is going to be our entry, and this is going to be our exit. If we're in puts, this is going to be our entry, this is going to be our exit. And if we're in calls, this is going to be our entry, and this is going to be our calls, vice versa, right? So how do we do that? Well, as I've shared with you guys, liquidity, understanding liquidity and understanding Wyckoff distribution, right? So the structure within this plate is this schematic. The structure is within here, all the way here, right? So as you can see, there's structure within structures, right? From here to there, from here to there, right? So that will be your price target. And I'm about to show you guys an example so you guys do not get confused, right? So now understanding where you are, that's the first thing, right? Is the market bearish or bullish? In this scenario, it is bearish, right? You guys can see I'm literally just plotting out everything, what is happening. So what is happening here? I'm on the daily time frame and I see that there's a structure within here, right? From 113, right, the low that he went to, from 113 all the way to this high, which is that 174. I'm gonna zoom in first. 174, right there, right? That became our structure. So the play is gonna be, make it black so we see it, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna make the line thicker too. From here to there. Boom, beautiful. So we got our structure right here, this entire structure. And now, as you guys can see, where is our price headed? On BA, our price right now is headed to 113. It's not 113.16. It's actually 113, right? 113. The price is the price, the line that we're drawing. So it's the low right here, right? That's our target. That 113, okay, right? Whichever, 112.96 or 113. But we know that low needs to be liquidated. If you don't, the liquidation, meaning I have a video, right? Prices that needs to be mitigated. I have a video on that. Is right here. This Wyckoff liquid market step by step. Watch that video, right? Watch that video, and I break down the liquidity. So what does that mean? If you took an entry here, you have a structure, right? You have your structure. Make that your blue, right? Your structure. Finding your supply and demand. SND, right? Once you have that, you find your SND. Once you have your SND, you take that SND, your supply zone, in the form of supply zone, and you wait for that price to touch within that zone, to retest that zone. That becomes your green line, your green zone, right? Now, once you have that, you go to a lower time frame in the rules of 30 from the daily, which in this scenario, I believe I'm 28 trading 8 hours. I'm gonna do it for us. Give me a second. Go to Google, right? I go to calculator. So there's about 8 hours. How many 8 hours is there in a minute? Just real quick. I want to make sure I get that for us. How many hours? The market is open for about, let's say, 8 hours, right? How many minutes is in 8 hours, right? Excuse me, guys. There's 480 minutes when the market is open that entire day, right? 480 minutes, and you divide that by 30 equals 16 hours. So we're gonna play by 16 hours, right? I don't have 16 hours here, but that's okay. So let's say, right? But usually, what you usually do is you go to that time frame. Let's say you take the 2 hours, right? Now you're gonna take how many minutes is in 2 hours, how many minutes is in 2 hours, which is 120, and you're gonna divide that by 30, and that should give you your perfect entry. So in the 2 hours, and you divide that by 30, right? There's 120, and you divide that by 30 equals 4 usually. So it's either, this one is up to you, but I like to play the 5. I have it here. I go to my 5 minute, and I use that as my entry and my exit, right? In my 2 hours, which is, hang on, it's a little bit loading here. Sorry, you guys. But usually the rule of 30 is basically where to find your perfect entry exit, so you don't get confused. Oh, do I take the entry at the 15 minute? Do I play at the 30 minute? What am I doing? So that's when you come in and put the rules of 30, where you can play the rules of 30 in the lower time frame, which is the 5 minute, and you have your structure. You have your structure, right? Within your SMD, supply and demand, and within going into that zone, you have your green box, which is the form of Wyckoff, which is the transfer of weak hands to strong hands, and you find your entry. Once you get your entry right there, right, you will get your entry, stop loss, right? You get your entry, and if you don't know what I'm talking about with the Wyckoff, I have that video too. And now your target is from that area all the way to that 112, or that low that we have, the structure, right? If you don't have the Wyckoff, I have the Wyckoff distribution, the Wyckoff accumulation, and the Wyckoff accumulation right here. The Wyckoff distribution, I don't have it yet, but it will be coming out on the 29th. But if you look at that in the lower time frame, let's say the 1 hour, you're gonna see the Wyckoff between that, between the UT, then the UTAD, and then you have it going all the way down, right? So that's the structure right there. So let's look for another example, right? This itself is a structure. Delete everything for us. Now let's look for another one. Let's go to Pinterest. I was doing a class with my community, amazing class that we had, right? If you're not yet on the communities, and the link is in the Patreon, I give out classes there and show you guys and break this down in a very thorough way. That's for the mentorship, but this here, it's fine alone, right? Let's say you go to my 2 hours. Let's look at that. So as you can see, if you take this play here, this is the protective high, and this is the protective low, right? Protective high and the protective low. So what does that mean? You can mark this down, that your play would be from this area, right? From this 24.98 all the way to this protective low, which is that 20.39 that he went. So what does that mean? If you were to take an entry here, you would have your green box right here, right? You have your blue box, which is your structure. You have that supply zone that it fell from on your 2 hours. Boom. You wait for price to come up to that supply zone. In this scenario, you broke your supply zone and literally started to fall. That's okay. That's going to happen. That's very, very normal, right? But you have your structure here within that. You could find the high, which is right here. This is your UTAD, the upthrust after distribution, UTAD, upthrust after distribution. This is your retest, and after that, it just kept on falling and falling, right? That would have been your entry. So from 25 to 20, right? This is a whole nother strategy right here, but we're just talking about the structure, right? This is like is me telling you where your entries and your exit will be, understanding why the price is going to where it is and where you can get the perfect exit and perfect entry as well, right? I'm so sorry, you guys. I have a storm here where I am. It's kind of raining, so I guess it's messing with my Wi-Fi. But so yes, right. So the 2 hours, along with the rules of 30, which is understanding to get the perfect entry, and you don't get confused where the perfect time to get your entry and exit. So you take the 2 hours. How many minutes is in the 2 hours? Which is 120, right? And then you divide that by 30, and you get that time frame. I think it was 4, but in this scenario, we're playing based on 5 minutes, right? So this is structured. And the best part about it was this works on any time frame. So what does that mean? You can even check it out here, right? We're on Pinterest, we're at the 5 minute, and this entire schematic is a structure. That's a structure. So the play is gonna be from that high, that protective high, right? If that's your entry, and then your protective low, which in this scenario, in this green box, or you can add that red, right? It's up to you. So what does that mean? Boom, you would draw your supply zone here. Let's make that blue so we can see it. Right? Let's just make it here for the opening print. Right? Boom. You have your red box on your supply zone right there. You have your red, then you will have your green, right? In a form of Wyckoff. Right? A Wyckoff meaning is just a transfer of weak hands to strong hands. And once again, if you don't know what that is, I have that on my video. I break that down. It's gonna be released on the 29th. I have a Wyckoff distribution. So just learn that, and yeah, there's a lot here on YouTube, you guys, but it's coming out very soon. If you are patient enough, I will break that down very thoroughly and promise you guys you will have no question right after you watch that video. But yes, right here, so you go in the lower time frame. Let's say you can only go to 1 minute, and you wait for that perfect entry. I think I moved the line, but that's okay. You have the UTAD right here. You have the UT. You have a text. You have the PSY, preliminary supply, right? Preliminary supply, right there. You have the AR, and then you have the UT right here. You have the upthrust, and after that upthrust, just breaking that high, becoming our UTAD, right? That's our entry in the 1 minute. That's the beautiful part about this strategy that I'm showing you guys. UTAD, that's the upthrust after distribution. You can take your entry right there, right? Take your entry, stop loss just right by that manipulation where he went the highest price that he went. Oops. Right, UT, and after that UT, your target will be that 22, that 2261 that we have, right? Targeting that, and boom. Was that a profitable trade? Did it hit our target? Yes, it did. Beautiful trade, right? You had to wait at least a couple hours of that trade, but yes, it hit. So from 23 to 2261, that's a beautiful play on Pinterest, right? Liquidating all that position that we had the previous day. Boom, liquidate. If you don't know what I'm talking about, liquidate, I have a video on that too on liquidity. Just watch it, I break that down. Liquidating all that position, and now you can be here, leaving all your runners, and what happened? It kept running down, right? So Pinterest is just gonna keep running down and running down and running down. You can't see here, but that's what we had Pinterest going here all the way to 20, then going back to 16. So as you can see, we're just looking for that structure. Even this right here is within a structure, any time frame. This right here, protected high, protected low, right? You can have it here, but this right here, because it broke structure right here. So that continued, this entire schematic becomes our structure, right? This is just on structure. That's our structure right there, right? We're in a higher time frame. Then we go to the rules of 30, breaking that down. So as you guys can see, it's just basically understanding where you currently are in the market, right? That's what the structure is, our protective high and protective low. Right here, this entire schematic all the way here. You guys see that? Right? Just finding where your target can be. So your target is from this high to this low. Was the price hit when you took the entry here? Well, I think this had a gap down, so you couldn't really say. But overall, this was your target. Was it hit? Yes, it was hit. It actually broke structure along here. And what happened? If you held that play, just kept going down, going down, going down, going down. Right? This right here, structure, previous high, previous low, protected high, previous low. What happened? Kept going. Could have got an entry here, right? Your blue box, red box, and then green box within that touch of that supply zone. What happened? Kept falling, right? And it's the same exact thing going on the uptrend. Right here. This would be protected high, protective low, protective high. That entire schematic, right? People saying, oh, it's shorting, we're going to short it because we see a couple red candles in the 1 minute waiting for it to get that entry at the 1 minute trying to short it. Because in the 1 minute, remember, we're in the daily. So in the 1 minute, this is what people are seeing, right? Tanking and tanking, but not knowing. If you watch my video on market cycle, this is what's happening here in the 1 minute, right? It's happening here. Boom, reaccumulation just to keep going higher. Oh, we're shorting the market, we're shorting the market. Boop, keep going higher without them, right? Every time they take an entry, they think it's puts, right? But not understanding that was just a reaccumulation to go the price to take higher and higher, right? Guys, I just wanted to make this video extremely simple. This is the structure video. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, just subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping more, and within this video that I'm creating, it's gonna be a build up upon strategy, so it's not confusing anybody. So just subscribe. I'll post more video for us, and it's gonna be much more simple as you keep on watching the video. So guys, that is my structure video. I hope you enjoy. Take that home with you, and you have a great one. Peace.